The second step in ensuring that your company achieves an optimal exit is to really understand how your business creates value. And this may seem like a counterintuitive thing. Most people understand that you sell something at a profit and that's how you create value. But it's a little bit more difficult than that. The goal here is to help your buyer understand how your business creates value. So almost everybody who's listening to this understands job cost accounting. If you were building a house, you can certainly understand that that you would want to figure out whether at the end of the day you were profitable after buying the land, buying all the materials, building the house, and selling the house. And so the concept here is somewhat similar. You want to set up your chart of accounts so that you can understand the expenses associated with your business lines. So I call this business line accounting or product accounting if you want. Um, and very simply, if you are selling, for example, backup and disaster recovery, you want to understand how much revenue you generate from that particular line or that particular product line. And you want to understand what your costs are for that particular product line. This way, you can understand what your profitability is for that particular product line. There's a fairly simple way to do this, and you'll have to check the show notes for the links here. But Service Leadership, the company who I did the first podcast with, has available at no cost something that they're calling a normalized solution provider chart of accounts. I do very strongly recommend that every IT company adopt the normalized solution provider chart of accounts. It's not just for MSPs. One of the things that adopting the chart of accounts provided by Service Leadership will do is it allows you to compare your results if you subscribe to Service Leadership with best in class performers who are doing or running basically the same type of business that you're running. And they have a concept, it's called the predominant business model. So every MSP is a little bit different, and every IT company is a little bit different. When I first started, we were doing just software design and development, um, and maybe a little bit of hardware sales. And then we morphed into a networking company, but still doing break fix work and still doing project based work. And we did that for many years until finally in the 2000s, we adopted the managed service provider model and switched over to managed services. But it's critical that you understand what your predominant business model is because the key performance indicators that you want to track will differ based on your predominant business model. For more information on this, please listen to episode 1 of From Startup to Sale. The other thing that the normalized chart of accounts allows you to do is really understand what your operational maturity level is. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know that this is something that I've brought up numerous times. Some companies are simply more mature in their processes and in the way that they deal with their clients than other companies. And you have no idea where you fit until you adopt something like a normalized solution provider chart of accounts and subscribe to a company like Service Leadership in order to understand exactly how you compare to your peers. So, these are the important reasons to adopt that chart of accounts. And please check the show notes so that you can get the links to Service Leadership's website for the normalized solution provider chart of accounts. There's also a link to a section on operational maturity levels and a link to predominant business model. These are all critical to understanding how well your company is doing, to understanding how your business creates value, and for conveying that information to a potential buyer.